Public disclaimer, this story is based on real facts.
And some wild exaggeration.
In the following events that took place after the last video, Apache and his wife Devanna arrived back home from Westeros recordings. Everything was calm and peaceful. Until...
Apache, I'm angry at you. You invited me as a guest to your video and you gave me only 2 lines. Is that a good way to treat your wife, you knucklehead?
Come on. Back here you do all the talking, and I just listen. You don't see me complaining.
What did you say?
Darling? Oi. Oi. It was a joke. For the old gods, it was a joke. Ha ha ha, see? A joke.
Oh, yeah, you funny man. Hang on, I'll call Thunder to laugh at that.
Wait, what?
Thunder! Come here to laugh at Apache's joke. Hello, darlings. I'm Deva, and welcome to the Apache Chronicles. Due to a hard laugh and a minor incident, our dear Apache was unable to do today's video. So I'll be with you today. In today's B section, the last one from the heal and weakness part, we will explore the synergy mechanics and its commanders. As you saw in the last video, we reached the conclusion that normal attacks can be classified as the lineup attacks launched in battle against enemy ones, and in general, most of these attacks are focused on the opposite enemy column. You also saw that the Synergy King commander is Jaime Lannister. In total, so far in Game of Thrones Winter is Coming, we have other 8 possible commanders that can be assigned within this synergy. But we'll only talk about them later. So, hang on with me while we get there. Picking up from where Apache stopped at, this synergy works around Jaime Lannister's Awakened skill, which is, when allied lineups receive healing, the lineup's normal attack, troop lineup attack against an enemy one, changes into weakness attack for 5 seconds. It is important to notice here, that Jaime Lannister himself does not heal any troops. That is why he needs supporting commanders in order to his skill to work. In addition, it is described as weakness attack status, attacks to the enemy lineup with the most troop lost, and cannot miss. For every 1 weakness attack taken by target lineup, the weakness damage taken increases 3%. So, to start, we will focus on the synergy mechanics, and will disregard any troop types or formations for now, as you can see in the animation. Given the fact that this synergy works around Jaime Lannister Awakened skill, we will place him in a given column. Let's choose column 1, for example. All the troops from the different rows are bound to Jaime Lannister's command, as shown. Now, let's suppose that the commanders, 3, 4 and 5, in Roman numbers, are healing commanders. Ergo, I'll mark all these commanders' lineups as lineups subjected to healing skills from their given commanders. Let's run a test, shall we? Let's suppose that lineup A4, subjected to the column's commander 4, suffers an enemy attack in a given point of the battle. That triggers commander's 4, Awakened skill, to heal a portion of the wounded troops from that lineup. Important notice, heal commanders heal only a percentage of the troops wounded. The troops who were killed is not included in that calculation. Continuing. As a result of the healed troops, Jaime Lannister's Awakened skill will turn that lineup's column normal attack into weakness attack. And, what is that in practice? In the example shown, lineup A4, from column 4, instead of attacking the opposite or a random enemy's column's lineups, it will have its attacks redirected by Jaime Lannister to the enemy lineup that was most damaged until that given point in battle. In other words, the columns line up with less troops. Let's suppose here that lineup is cell A1 from enemy column 1. So during 5 seconds, all the attacks from the healed lineup will focus attack on that enemy damaged lineup until it is annihilated. As Apache would say, let's progress. Now, we will simulate that the allied lineups, A3, A4 and A5, they all are attacked during the same point of the battle, and all of them have a portion of their troops healed by their respective columns' commanders. Those healings will trigger Jaime Lannister's skill that will turn the normal attacks from those 3 lineups, A3, A4, and A5, into weakness attack during 5 seconds. Therefore, all those lineups will focus their attacks, a second later, on the enemy lineup with the most troop lost. They won't miss. Well, there is an exception that we'll only see at the last part of this chapter. Every time that Jaime's awakened skill is triggered, that works for every healed lineup. And, each lineup, in response, will launch an weakness attack within the following 5 seconds. Also, don't forget that for each weakness attack, there will be an increase of 3% in weakness damage. That will stack up for every new weakness attack launched. I have already seen reports in which the stacked up weakness damage reached above 240%. So, that is, this coefficient does not reset within a given battle. Now that you already know how the heal and weakness synergy mechanic works in theory, we will move one step forward to see which commanders best fall into place along with Jaime Lannister, in a supporting role. As seen in previous videos, to choose the Queen commanders for this synergy, Apache took into account the ones that bring greater stability for the synergy, which are the ones that can provide healing for a longer period throughout the battle, ergo, enabling Jaime's skill more times. As well as efficiency, repeated usage of the skill, and troops buffs. And those are Drake, Spearman Specialized, Enzo, Cavalry Specialized, and Latz Karen, Infantry Specialized. So, since this chapter has a sole purpose to focus on Commander's synergy, we decided not to go further on Commander's army buffs and how they progress throughout their awakening. We'll focus solely on their awakened skills and how these interact within the synergy. Drake's awakened skill is called King of the Jade Sea. And its description as it goes, in battle, every 3 seconds, Commander Drake increases allied spearman lineup defense by 7%, that can stack up to 4 times. At full stacks, every 3 seconds, Commander Drake heals 1% of the wounded for each allied spearman lineup. Now let's see how his awakened skill works in battle. For this, we'll use a battle report as a study case. So, firstly, we'll assign Jaime Lannister and Drake in the commander line, in positions 2 and 4, respectively. In this case, the only allied troops deployed to battle were spearmen, whereas in the enemy side, only bows were deployed, as shown. After 2 seconds of battle, all the allied lineups were attacked by enemy troops in which allied troops were wounded, and it also already enables healing commanders to heal. Well, after 4 seconds after combat, Drake used his War Soul Awakening skill, King of Jade Sea, increasing allied total spearman defense in 7%. And this happened again after 7 seconds, 10 seconds, and 13 seconds after combat. 14 seconds after combat, on the 5th stack up, Drake healed 1% of the wounded troops from each spearman lineup. It is paramount to remember that Drake only heals spearmen, no other troop type. Right away after the lineup's healing, Jaime's skill was triggered, which turned the normal attacks of all healed lineups into weakness attacks. Well, moving forward, Enzo and Latz, as well as Drake, they have a similar pattern of awakened skill. But what is the difference between the 3 of them? The only difference relies on the troop types that each awakened skill is focused on. Drake increases 7% of total spearman defense, maximum of 4 stacks, and can only heal spearmen. Whereas Enzo increases 7% of total cavalry defense, maximum of 4 stacks, and can only heal cavalry. while Lats increases 7% of total infantry defense, maximum of 4 stacks, and can only heal infantry. The modus operandi of the skills, however, remains the same, as shown. In the next video, we will run a simulation with these 3 Synergy Queen commanders in the same lineup alongside Jaime Lannister, to see if it's possible for them to work together, or furthermore, if it is efficient. We'll also reveal the remaining commanders of this synergy. But, in order to keep this video short, and also to give you time to process all the information, I say, see you soon, darlings! Also, in the next video, find out what really happened to our dear Apache. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe if you liked this video. Davanna kisses, and
Bye!